I f***ed this up actually.
Why?
I f***ed this up, bro. You know why? Because I didn't use. Here's what we did. We did a nice, wonderful spaghetti Alfredo with chicken cutlet, a little bit of fry bread, and this is what we did. We'll make some spaghetti Alfredo with some chicken cutlets, mind you. So we're gonna take the chicken, okay? We're gonna just cut it long ways. Don't cut your damn self, okay? I'm not trying to get sued around here. I want them thin because I want them to be I want them to cook fast. I don't wanna wait until the inside cooks with a thick piece of chicken. That takes forever, and you could burn the breading on the outside in that process. So nice little chicken cutlets, you know, feeds the whole family. So from here, I'm gonna wash my hands because we're dealing with chicken. We should always wash our hands when we're dealing with chicken. Wash my hands, I'm gonna be right back. The water's boiling, so this is the spaghetti I'm using. So we're just gonna go ahead and throw, what my dad used to do back in the day was he used to take the spaghetti out of its package and he used to break it in half and throw it in here. Personally, I think that's a crime. I want noodles. I want nudes, damn it. I don't want what's effectively just long rice. Now let's make this dredge. Dredge time. That does not feel good. Let's make this dredge. Panko breadcrumbs. So put a bunch, definitely to cover the bottom of your, you wanna use a big dish like this because you want your, first of all, you want your chicken to fit and you want there to be room so that you can, you know, kind of put the breadcrumbs over your chicken and pat it down. You'll see in a minute why it's so important. But this is plain breadcrumbs. This is plain panko breadcrumbs. I'm gonna jazz it up with some seasonings and some spice. This is black pepper. We're gonna hit it with some black pepper. We're gonna hit it with some Italian seasoning. I'm doing a lot because there's a lot of breadcrumbs in here. I want it to be evenly distributed, of course, by mixing it, but I want every square inch of the dredge to have a good amount of seasoning. I don't want it to be too bland. But this is the seasoning I'm using, Italian seasoning. Any Italian seasoning will do. Next up is toasted sesame seeds. Now, is this common? Is this normal for a chicken cutlet? No, I don't think so. But I like the nuttiness of toasted sesame seeds. No measurements. The measurements are not gonna be in the description below because I don't know. I just throw shit in the thing and then we make it happen, right? Whatever tastes good. This is onion powder. Any onion powder will do. Granulated onion will do. I just happen to have the powder. I don't have the granulated onion. But this onion gives it like a sweetness, almost like an umami, you know, tinge to it that I just really love. And I put a lot in there, as you can tell. I'm gonna throw regular salt in there. Go ahead and get it good, right? Go ahead and put a good amount in there. Not too much, you don't want high blood pressure. Last but not least, granulated garlic. Italian food requires a lot of garlic. You ain't gonna be smelling the best. When your pot starts to bubble up like this, just blow on it.
That's what she said.
To cool down the foam, and then the foam goes down. Like you see the suds kind of coming up. Otherwise it'll overflow. Make sure you give it this shaking motion so that you can incorporate everything well. Check this out. See, I don't feel like I feel like we're a little light on the seasoning here. So I suggest let's go back through it. Hit it again. Round 2 of seasoning. Pepper, sesame seeds, Italian seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, and salt. You know the noodles are done when you bite into them. Now, that's a personal preference. Some people like their noodles al dente. Some people like their noodles mushy, not me. I like it in the middle between al dente and mushy. So I like it to have a very slight bite, but not, I don't want the center of the noodle to be raw. So all you gotta do while you're cooking your noodle, when it becomes a little limp, you just pick one out and you just try it. You just see where you're at. And this is what your noodle is gonna eat like when it's ready to go. Yeah, we're pretty much there. We're very close. It's al dente now, I just want to cook it just a little. 2 more minutes, 2 more minutes. 2 minutos, and now I turn it off. Strain the noodle, put it back in the pot, and leave it until we're ready. Back to the chicken. Okay, so take 1 cutlet, throw it in there. See how it fits and how you can just grab the sides and throw it over? Yes, that's what you're looking for. Cover it all the way up. You want the breadcrumbs to get pressed in there, right? Oh, I fucked this up actually. Fucked this up, bro. You know why? Because I didn't do an egg wash. I forgot to do an egg wash. But you have to do an egg wash because the egg acts as a binder and your chicken and your dredge will bind to the chicken. See how it's not sticking? See how like it just kind of, you still see chicken? This is what happens when you don't use egg wash. Now that I have an egg wash, let's go ahead and egg wash. I mean, did you see the chicken earlier? You want to get it stuck into that chicken, get all the nooks and crannies. Now we make the sauce. Let's start with garlic. Check that out, see that? Now you can separate the bulbs. Sorry, I meant now you can separate the cloves. Crush the bulb with your palm, and then I'm separating all the cloves, but I'm not gonna use them all. That's just gonna be a kind of overkill. You know, the other ones away for next time. So I'm just gonna pick out the ones I want for this dish. I like a lot of garlic in my stuff. I always use a lot of garlic. Because I wanna grate these, I'm gonna peel them without crushing them. You can chop your garlic if that's what you wanna do. Me, personally, I've just been wanting to grate garlic. And I use a microplane to do it. I hit it with a lot of olive oil. I just love olive oil and garlic. What's better than olive oil and garlic mixed together? Mmm. See? Look at that. That's just gonna be so good in the sauce. Hear that? Hear that? Smell that. If only they could smell it. But guess what? We want to act fast. 32 milliliters of heavy cream, where the cream just kind of rises to the top, you know? And we try to get all that cream in there, right? All that cream. This is fat. Fat is flavor, okay? You see all that fat? This is the best day of my life. See that? This makes your sauce amazing. This makes your sauce luscious. This makes your sauce worth eating. Rich in flavor. You get that creaminess that comes. Now we just mix for a while. Here's what we want. We're gonna reduce the heavy cream, which basically means we're gonna cook it out. We're gonna let it start simmering. We're gonna let the moisture leave the heavy cream so that the heavy cream gets thicker. Once it gets thicker, then we're gonna hit it with 1/2 pound of Parmesan cheese. 32 ounces of heavy cream to 1/2 pound of Parmesan cheese. Use that ratio, can't go wrong. See it's starting to simmer? See that? That's what you want. That's what we want. We want it to simmer. We have a gentle simmer going. We're reducing. It just takes a little while. That's water evaporating, which is gonna make your cream thicker because you're essentially dehydrating it. And then we just wait. We sit here and we watch it. Cooking is therapy. This is therapy, guys. Like, relax, be patient. We're getting there. Gotten a little bit thicker. Doesn't look like it, but look, this isn't what you want the final product to be, but we're gonna thicken it to our desired thickness with the cheese. The cheese is gonna do it for us. So we're gonna crank up the heat a little bit because the cheese is gonna cool down the sauce a little bit. Hit it with a handful of cheese and then mix in the cheese. This is called emulsification. We're gonna basically melt this cheese into this fatty, rich, luscious cream. And once it incorporates, we're gonna hit it with some more cheese. Another handful. Oh yeah, now you're gonna see it get thick really quick. See how the bubbles are getting bigger? You're getting thicker bubbles. Thicker bubbles, bigger, fatter bubbles. That means your sauce is getting thick. All I'm gonna do now is just make sure that all the Parmesan's incorporated and nicely homogenized with into the sauce. Now I'm gonna turn it down and I'm gonna hit it with some pepper, black pepper, however much you want. And then we're gonna hit it with some salt. Salt to taste. Here's the warning with the salt. Be careful how much salt you add. Parmesan cheese is salty. So if you add too much salt, you could end up completely making the sauce unpalatable. All right, let's taste it. You wanna taste everything. You always wanna taste your stuff. See? Look how thick that is. And it's super hot right now, so it's only gonna get thicker once it cools down. I'm gonna grab the sauce. Look at that. Nice and luscious and just covered in sauce. You can add You can add half the sauce if you want. This was a whole package of noodles and this was a whole package of noodles. This was half a pound of Parmesan cheese and 32 ounces of cream. And I think it's a perfect amount. Nicely covered noodles. What do you think about that, huh? I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Now let's cook the cutlets. Chicken cutlet. Let it get hot. So I'm gonna cook the chicken cutlets in the same olive oil. Some people probably would not advise medium heat. In this pan, I'm gonna do a little bit of fry bread. A little bit of fry bread. Like kind of like garlic bread, but not. It's fry bread. It's different. Go ahead and add some olive oil to this. Cover the bottom of the pan because you're gonna be frying. We're gonna wait until we see some crispy, dark edges around before we flip it over. And we're pretty much almost getting there. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit. See that? See how we're getting like crispy edges, dark edges? That's what we're looking for. This is getting there. You can always take a little peek. Good color. You see how fast this is going? This is going very fast. The reason why we cut the chicken breast thin, because we want the chicken to be cooked all the way through whilst not burning the crust on the outside. If it's too thick, we're gonna have to leave it in the pan for too long. And we just have a burnt crust on the outside. And I'm not serving charcoal for dinner. Go ahead and hit the top with some rock salt right when it comes out. Basically, you want to hit it with salt as soon as you flip it when the side that you're putting salt on is still wet with grease. We're there. It's already a little burnt. See that? That's the shit that happens. It's not too bad though. See, I salted the other side, so I flipped it on this side so I can hit it with some salt. So I can hit this side with a little salt, you feel me? Look how big these salt flakes are. I'm gonna name my child Salt Flake. Take one bulb of garlic, I'm gonna cut it down in half, all right? And then we're gonna cut a few thingies of this, all right? I think this is a good thickness. 1, 2, 3. Medium heat, medium to medium low heat. We could do this with butter, we could do it with garlic. We're gonna do it with butter. We're gonna do an olive oil and butter mix. Drag the garlic through the oil, right? Because we want the oil to get garlicky. And then the garlicky oil is gonna go into the bread. Hit it with a little salt. Let's get some pasta going. See how creamy it's become? It's cooled down. Hold up. Olive oil, a little bit of olive oil on top just to finish it off. All right, so get a little bit of this chicken. I eat with my hands, so it is what it is. Get a little bit of this pasta, get a little bit of this chicken, put some basil on there, stuff it in there, right? Mm-hmm. A little bread. This is something that everybody loves in the world. This right here will end poverty. You know what I'm talking about? We gotta love one another. It's great. The pasta's super creamy. It's super Parmesan-y. Good amount of salt. The chicken is really tender, not overcooked. The crust is wonderful. Sesame seeds are nutty. The bread is soft and salty and garlicky. And I don't have anything else to say about it. It's just a damn good dish. And afterwards, put some time aside to take a nap because you're gonna need it. Yeah, if I put a cover on this thing, it'll just go that. You blocking the damn view! Trying to cook a show here! Oh wait, trying to cook a show here. Trying to make a show here. Cool thing I got is these cool tongs, see? Completely locked. Unlocked, see? Locked. Oh my God, that thing is awesome. Game over. Yo, welcome to my house, man. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa, locked, unlocked. See? Locked. Shit, get out of here.